Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk to you about a subject. What if everything that you were taught about what is good is wrong? So many people have been taught things about what's right, what's wrong. Different cultures have different ideas about what's right, what's wrong. Certain cultures have come together to form egregores or large group cultural spirits about what's right and what's wrong, and they punish things that they consider to be wrong in their society, and that same thing could be considered to be good in in a different society. And I think that sometimes we get confused about what's good and what's not good. And that is why we get confused about deity. We get confused about why did this happen, or why am I manifesting specific things that I don't want. And it's because of what we were taught that we were supposed to have, and it's really not what we want. And sometimes we feel like we cannot get what we want because it would be considered selfish. It would be considered as not good. It makes us not a good person. But then what do you consider to be success? Do you consider what Bill to be in Bill Gates' shoes to be successful? Do you consider to be like Warren Buffett to be successful? And and how many people consider them to be wrong when they sold the company and they lost their job? When one of these powerful people may have changed something with regard to their business portfolio that caused a family to go and be out in the street, but it benefited them. What is truly right and what is wrong? And why are there so many people asking, why did I manifest this type of person into my love life, into my relationship? Why did you? Were we trying to be good people, trying to help somebody who maybe wasn't worthy of our help, trying to be there for somebody because we were told by commercials and television and the current matrix what's good and what's bad? I mean, like, what are we really supposed to be doing? Do we need to start over? I think we do, because in my line of work, I see a lot of people manifesting things that they don't want, and we only manifest based on our personal current vibration. If you're manifesting, or if you're vibrating on a current vibrational level that's bringing a lot of people into your life that are using you, that are abusing you, then you may be manifesting at a level where you are have been taught that you're supposed to give and not receive. And now you're not happy and you feel like you're being taken advantage of. Well, perhaps this whole level of manifesting on a certain vibration where you're helping other people but you're not happy, maybe that whole vibration was created by somebody who wanted to feel important, somebody who wanted to see them as a helper, somebody who really just wanted to be somewhat narcissistic and to get a crowd and for people to think that they were better than what they were, and that is why you're manifesting something you don't want. So what I want to do is I want to look at the oracle deck, and I want to clear out everything that I think is right. I want you to clear out everything that you've been taught, because it's time to start over. You know, there's so many people, even in 2022, which is supposed to be a year of love, and they're leaving their love relationships because they think they can be happier with somebody else. And you can't be happier with anybody else. If you're not happy where you currently are, until you change your vibration, you are going to manifest the exact same situation. So, what's really the right way to think? How should an individual think? How should an individual feel? What is true success? Not according to Christian success, not according to what the Islamic success or Jewish success, Catholic success. We're scratching all of that. and we're going to look at it from a new point of view. We're pulling from the general universe. What really is the truth about success? Okay, so the truth about success is that you're going to probably come into it with your own personal desires, your own personal fire, and it may not look good to all people. It needs to be a combination of all spectrums of the rainbow. And the reason why it needs to be a combination of all spectrums of the rainbow is because too much light is blinding. If you are in the dark, you cannot see. If you are driving into the sun, you also cannot see. So true beauty, true success is balance. Make a balanced decision. In order to make a balanced decision about life, in order to have success, you need to be included in who benefits. If everything you do is for the benefit of everybody else, then you are not balanced. If you want to be balanced, you must include what is beneficial to you. We've been taught, because the system, the government, does not want to be bombarded with children in their child protective services and criminals and things of that nature. So they've come up with a way to let people who can be somewhat undesirable out of the system. You can pay your way out of the system. They could just turn the other cheek and give you 3, 4, 5 chances and let you out. And then somebody else is left to deal with your crap. No, you don't have to deal with a lot of crap. If this situation that you are in is not a benefit to you, you are okay to manifest it out of your life. Include all colors of the rainbow. Make sure that you include the fact that you also want to be happy. There are very many people here. You've got the animals, you've got the elderly, you've got the children, you've got the couples, you've got the individuals. In order to have a 10 of Pentacles experience, you must have balance, and everyone must have a level of happiness. There are people that I am aware of. They're caring for the elderly, and the elderly are using them and abusing them and saying all manner of evil to them and hiding behind age as an excuse of abuse, of being able to abuse others. It's not acceptable for the aged. It's not acceptable for children. It's not acceptable for middle-aged adults. It is not acceptable for anyone to be completely abusive to anyone. And for some of you, if you need to separate yourself from someone who is abusive to you, then you need to do it, because you also, in order to have perfect balance, in order to have perfect success, you also must be happy. And then you can receive what you desire out of life. That's when you receive success. That's when you receive happiness. It's not what you think. It's not trying to save the world. It's not. Most of the people who are trying to save the world, they just want applause. Most of the people who are trying to save the world, they just want people to feel sorry for them, or they want people to see them. But if you're gonna save the world, are you saving the world because you truly want to save the world to the detriment of yourself? Or do you need balance? This is why so many people are like, why did God do this to me? How could God allow this to happen to me? Why me, God? Well, why not? Because God is doing what's best for him. Okay? So you've got to do what's best for you. Plant Eater 420, if you have a question that you want to ask me or want me to look at something, just put it in the comments and I can look at that for you. Now we're going to look at some of the other cards that I have here. This is the Illuminated Tarot deck, which is a very colorful deck, but it is general tarot. I also want to look at the energies and archetypes which this right here is a deck that I created of a variety of decks to tell me what do we need to see. What do we need to know about success? What's the truth about success? Let's have a blank slate. A blank slate to tell us the truth. Are you willing to tell a teenage child that you really don't want to deal with something that they're doing because what they're doing is detrimental to the family? And let them sit with that, as opposed to pretending like you love that situation or you really love that teenager when you don't. You're only lying to them and you're not telling them the truth. And then when they go out into the world and the world slaps them upside down, they realize that mom and dad lied to me. And what you probably should be telling them is you've got to give something to get something in this world. This is the world that we live in. And if we're constantly giving to you when you're being disrespectful to us, after you leave our home, you're going to be sadly disappointed. And we're setting you up for failure. Why do we not want truth in our lives? Why do we not want truth? Okay, so what is truth? What is real? Explore your options. What works for you? What doesn't work for you? If something doesn't work for you, then you have the right to leave it. But do not think that the best thing to do is to let it leave you. Once you raise your vibration, everything that doesn't work for you will fall away. And then what's supposed to be there will come. So this is a prayer. It says, Dear God, you can say, Dear Universe, Dear Spirit, Dear Ancestors, Dear Higher Self, thank you for your wisdom, love, helping me see, understand, and assess all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. My health, my happiness, and my life's purpose. Be guided in the best direction. When you're walking around leaving situations, throwing things away, and you're walking around in the same vibration of what you threw away, you're going to get back the same thing you threw away, and it's probably going to be a little bit worse. What else is truth? We're only concerned about truth. We're no longer concerned about what they told us. We're no longer concerned about what the Bible says, because the Bible was written by men. They say it was under inspiration, but who knows? Who knows what they were inspired by? Is it what's right for you? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just want to know, is it right for you? Prosperity usually takes more than one person. It doesn't have to be in a marriage. It could be in a decision. I recently saw a show where two women decided they wanted to live together as roommates, not as lovers, even though they could have, but they just wanted to be roommates because they didn't want to be married and they wanted to own a home and they wanted to do what was right for them. So they got together. They'd known each other since school days. They knew they got along and they purchased a home because it was right for them and they were very happy. What is right for you? Don't let the status quo tell you what is right for you. You do what is right for you, and it doesn't have to be traditional. Okay? Believe and trust that if something is right for you, that you can go for that and you don't have to please everybody else. Be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. Be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. And also replace fear with faith and trust in what you desire. Replace fear that you're not pleasing the egregore. What is an egregore? An egregore is a societal and cultural energy where a bunch of people, a group of people come together and create a conscious living entity that seeks to do what they tell it to do. Recently, I had the privilege of going on a cruise. I know this is, if you're going to go on a cruise, make sure that you have plan B, C, and everything else with regard to what's going on in the current times with the pandemic. But, you see these people who are single going on cruises, and one lady did not look happy. I never saw her smile. She seemed to be very unhappy with how her life was going. But she kind of just went through it. I saw her every day because there wasn't that many people there. And then there were some people that I saw that were single and they were happy. They seem to be really happy to meet all the people and to have these options. So it depends on you. It depends on what you want. If you want to be single, be single. If you want to be in a relationship, manifest who you want and the type of person you want and be happy. And do not accept anything else other than what you want. Believe and trust in your own personal desires, because in a beautiful and perfect world, everybody is living their best life and they are manifesting in their own hologram and their own matrix, and they're not interfering with anybody else because everybody is in their own bubble with their own happiness, and that is the way it should be. I recently, when watching the last playoff game with the NFL, was watching this commercial where they were like, everything is professional. Whether you have locks, whether you have whether you have natural hair, curls, straight hair, whether you wear tennis shoes to work, whether you wear a suit, everything is professional. Why? Because who is anybody else to tell you what to do? Who is anyone else to tell you what to do? You have to do what's best for you. You have to manifest in a way that's best for you. You rise to the vibration that you want to achieve, that you want to attract, and that's who you need to be. What can you create? The sacral chakra, the chakra beneath the belly button and up to the upper thighs or the pubic area. What is it that you can create? You can create whatever you want to create. For men, you imagine this color in that pubic area, a light, a color of light, an energy that goes about a foot away from your body. For some people, it's 3 feet, those stronger energy people. For men, that energy travels clockwise. For women, that energy travels counterclockwise. Do you feel stuck, like you cannot create, that somehow you just can't manifest? Then you close your eyes and you imagine this color of orange around your midsection, right below your belly button, right in the pubic area, a circle of light about 1 to 3 feet away from you, going counterclockwise for women, moving clockwise for men. And watch your sacral chakra and your creativity begin to flow so that you can create the life you want. And it's not about hurting people. If you're going to work for yourself. Don't let lack of money be an excuse to not move forward. The universe has a way of bringing you what you desire. And the only thing that you need to raise your vibration is to move forward in what you desire. Now, what is energy? Energy basically is wavelengths. It could be sound energy. It's a certain type of energy that comes and creates from waves. It's not particles. It's more like wave theory. This is a picture of the different hertz that you can listen to on YouTube. If you want the third eye to be open and you want to see what's going on, 288 hertz, the crown chakra for higher levels with divinity and spirit, 216 hertz, to heart, to get love, 639 hertz, solar plexus, to get what you want, 528 hertz, and the root chakra, to unleash the Midas touch, 369 hertz. These are sound energies. All of this is science. This is not spiritual. This is not woo-woo. You can recalibrate your brain and recalibrate your body to the levels that you need. And I will tell you this, be careful, because everything you don't want is going to fall off. People, things, homes, anything you don't want is going to fall off. But be okay, because everything you do want is going to come in. So namaste. Blessed be. I will leave. If you want a personal reading, I will put my website on my comments in this particular video. Take care.